Whoa, did you see that? Look! Oh my God! Look at that! It's a billboard! Oh my God! Life is short. Get a divorce. Oh, subhanallah. I can't believe it. I can't believe they did that. Just like that? A girl and a guy with a six-pack? I can't believe that. Why would they do that? A law firm. Life is short. Get a divorce. Is that what this is about now? Just like that, get a divorce? Lawyers. What's going on with the lawyers? Is this what we want to encourage? Just, you see some TNA, you see a cute looking guy, you find a nice girl, so you just get a divorce? This is ridiculous. No wonder people are complaining. People are shocked. See, Muslims are starting to experience similar divorce problems in the United States as other mainstream Americans. It used to be that Muslims were having less divorce rates. Well, there used to be traditional marriage, there used to be arranged marriages. Now the situation's kind of changing, and a lot of Muslims are having similar kind of divorce problems as Americans. The divorce rate is ridiculous in this country. It's a very touchy subject. I mean, people don't like to actually discuss divorce. It's so looked down upon, especially with the Indian and Pakistani community. Just like many of the Asian communities, the more Eastern communities, they seem to be very traditional. On the news you hear all the time about some of the horror stories that go on in India and Pakistan with marriages and divorces, and that people just don't get divorced because it's just such a taboo thing to do. Is this from the religion or is this cultural? Well, in Islam, divorce is allowed. Divorce is something that's legal to do. It's looked down upon. As we all know, the hadith or the statement that says Allah's throne, subhanAllah, Allah's throne shakes when someone says the word talaq. The word talaq, divorce. And that's why in Islam, divorce is something that's hard to do. It's not something that is taken lightly. It's not something that you joke about. It's not something that you make trivial, because the sanctity of marriage is so important. And this is one of the areas where Muslims and Christian conservatives have common ground, and they should realize that we really have a strong belief in the sanctity of marriage, and that divorce should be not discouraged, but less common. Meaning, people should be able to learn to figure out their differences and get along. In Islam, the divorce rules are somewhat strict. Meaning what? The rules are set up to encourage people to stay together. Even if you're having a problem and one of the spouses, the husband or the wife, and the husband says, "That's it, I divorce you." Well, it doesn't just work like that. In a traditional sense, you don't just get to get angry and say, "I divorced my wife." No. You have to wait for a certain period. You have to wait till she goes through her menstrual cycle, and then she's clean, and then you have to stay away from her and not have intercourse with her and not reconcile or not get back together. And you don't leave each other, meaning your wife doesn't walk out on you, you walk out on her. You stay together in the same household. You live together. And even if you do decide to pronounce divorce, you have a waiting period. Depending on your situation, it could be 3 or 4 months. And during that time, you stay together to try and reconcile and make sure that you really do want to have a divorce. If it is a case where it really is better for you to leave each other, then go through the waiting period, make a rational decision. A decision not in anger or out of emotions or because of some silly fight that you had. So many times we see it now with Muslims. They're experiencing the exact same problems, and you hear about it all the time. So-and-so got divorced, so-and-so's not. They get into a fight, he's arguing with her, she gets upset, he walks out, she says, "Where are you going?" He says, "Well, I'm leaving." She says, well, fine, are you coming back? Well, do you want me to come back? No, I don't want you to come back. Well, fine, then I'm not coming back. Well, fine, good. Don't come back then. Good. I'm never coming back. There goes their marriage. Just like that. He walks out or she walks out, depending on the situation, and they never come back. And they're both too arrogant to call, and they both never try to make it work. That's not what Islam encourages. Now, let's be honest. There are a lot of bad situations out there. There are a lot of people who really could be happier, be in a better situation. They're stuck in a marriage. You hear women talking about it all the time, that they're abused and they're hurt and they're neglected and they're scared. And they say, you know, Mama told me a no good man is better than no man. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so it's really, really hard to say. Well, I'm not being a male chauvinist. There's probably guys out there who are being abused. I'm sure there are. Guys who are beaten down, and guys who are unappreciated. It goes both ways. Is it something that you get a divorce over? Is it something like life is short, get a divorce? Now, once again, a law firm showing a picture of a beautiful, busty woman and a built-up guy with a six-pack saying life is short, get a divorce as a marketing campaign. They were on TV today boasting their campaign for how much flack it's getting, saying, I think lawyers need to catch up with the times. Well, that's somewhat sad. Is it that we want to encourage people, hey, you see something attractive and you're ready to just give up on your marriage? Why? Because life is short? We're supposed to be made up of something more than that. We're supposed to have a little bit more significance. We're supposed to have a little bit more character. That doesn't mean stay in a bad relationship if it can't be worked or if the situation's so bad that you should get out of there, whether you're a man or a woman. But life is short. Get a divorce. Counselor. Counselors. Is that your best counsel? Life is short. Get a divorce? I don't think, and I will never believe, that lawyers can fix the problems of this society. We are letting lawyers and politicians be our moral leaders, and we know how disappointing that is. Now, I have a respect for the law. Don't get me wrong. I studied the law, I went to law school, but I don't think being a lawyer is what's going to save the soul of the United States or this country. A respect for the law? Yes. A respect for the Constitution? Yes. But not this. And so when the lawyers boast their company saying, why aren't other law firms catching up with the times? We like to think that, hey, for once, it's okay to defend the other law firms and say, yeah, the other law firms, they're all sleazy, but they're not that sleazy. And as she said, the promoter of this company saying, law firms just sit there in a library with books on a little desk. Yes, that is the cheesy law firm commercial. But it's supposed to represent something, that they've read a book. They're smart. They think a little. They think just a little. They're not the kind of people who just react from seeing flesh or shots or images like these ones. Ba-bang. So sad. Is this the state of America? Divorce, a serious subject. The practice of law doesn't look so serious today. That ad is a disgrace to the law. And it's a disgrace to lawyers, and everybody knows it. It's quite frankly sad. But in this society, with the way marketing works and the way everything goes, it'll probably be considered revolutionary in the new frontier of marketing, as sad as that seems. Anyway, thanks for watching HotConflict.com. Assalamu alaikum.